Hello, everyone. This is my 6 week post op update since my gastric sleeve surgery back on August 12th. So it has been exactly a month and 2 weeks. So I'm almost at the 2 month mark. And so let's see, how did things go this week? I have not reached my goal of 199. I was hoping I would hit it by this weekend. But of course, I ended up hitting a stall instead. So this week I've been kind of bouncing back and forth between 203 and 204 pounds. So it just keeps teeter tottering. And, and it's to be expected. So I'm not like devastated or anything, but it's kind of annoying because it's like I can't possibly eat any less than I'm already eating. And it's funny how, all the doctors and the fitness experts are always trying to minimize weight loss to just a simple math equation, calories in, calories out. If you don't eat as many calories, then you're going to automatically lose the weight. That's totally BS. It's not true because I literally am taking in at about 800 to 900 calories a day, and I've become way more active. Like I'm at 100% now with activity, and I've been hiking and walking and doing yoga and all kinds of physical activity to the point where yesterday I was actually at -5 calories when I was doing all my numbers. So that's like I had about 500-600 calories for the day consumption wise, and I burned about the same amount of calories. So you would think that if you're working on that kind of level, you would be losing weight like crazy. No, nothing. So I don't think it's a math equation of calories in, calories out. I think it's just the body has to kind of decide when it's ready to let go of those calories and the fat or the weight or whatever it has to do to make you weigh less. I don't know what it does, but it's like the gatekeeper. So I don't feel that I've done anything this week that's undermined weight loss or anything like that. I think it's more just now an exercise in patience and not being discouraged or anything, which I'm not. I'm fine with it. I think I need to eat more, not less, because I feel like my stomach's been weird like this week. It's weird what it likes and what it doesn't like. Like there's certain foods I can eat without any problem, and then there's certain foods that I struggle with, and it's random stuff. It's nothing like obvious. So I'm just trying to get used to sort of the new normal of kind of like what I can eat and what's going to be easy to eat, and then what I have to be cautious eating. And as I said, it's not what you would expect because technically I'm not even supposed to be eating red meat yet, but I was able to eat a burger patty this past week. I had like an actual patty with cheese on top of it, and that was it. Like no tomato, lettuce, or bread or anything else. And I was able to eat it. I just took my time, but I was able to eat that patty. But then, like on Friday, I went out with a friend and I got like some wonton soup, and it was just like broth with some pasta, not pasta, but the wontons and shrimp and some vegetables. I do have to say though, there was some pork in it, and I had a piece of pork, which initially when I ate it, I was fine, but I wasn't, I couldn't eat much. Like I was a quarter into the little tiny bowl of soup that they give you, and I started feeling really gassy and uncomfortable, and I had to stop. I couldn't eat anything else, and I was so frustrated. Like it's just soup, it's broth. What is going on here? But I honestly think it might have been the little bit of the pork that was in there. I think honestly, and I'm not a professional, but I honestly think pork is probably one of the hardest meats for the body to digest for some reason. It doesn't the body doesn't react well to pork, and that's just me. I'm not just speaking for myself. I've noticed this with family members as well, and I think there's something about pork that makes it hard for the body to digest it, and so that's why I think I had trouble with it. But it was still kind of like it's broth. Like I ate a burger patty with cheese and that was okay, but the broth it was like not okay. And when I say I had some pork, I mean it was one of those little tiny strips of pork. It wasn't like I had a lot of pork. So I was like, okay, whatever, stomach, whatever you say. So it's just that it's like learning what I can and can't do. And I think it's been going fine though. I mean, I always have my go-tos with the yogurt and the Premier Protein. So I am still getting as much nutrients as I should, and then the multivitamins. So that part is fine. It's more just when I venture out into like eating out this weekend, especially because it was my birthday, and so I was going out with friends and family, and we were going places, so we would order food. um, Another interesting one is we went out to this one cafe that's like a natural organic cafe, and I got me and my husband's niece split like the salad, and it was like a tropical salad, and it had white beans and some like different tropical fruits in it, and uh, what is it called, like wild rice. So it was a grain and vegetable and fruit salad, and I was kind of like, that looks so good and healthy, but it has so much going on in it. I don't know how my stomach's going to handle it. But I was actually able to eat a pretty decent portion of the salad without any problems. And so it's like some things that I expect to give me trouble because there's so much in it doesn't give me trouble. But then things that I'm like, oh, I think I can handle this, I can't handle it. So but again, it was a very healthy salad. So maybe I just have to be, if I'm eating healthy food, my stomach is okay. And if it's something that isn't in the healthiest thing, like with wonton soup, it's very high in sodium, there's a lot of salt in it, and then there's the pork. So I'm wondering if that kind of played a role in why I wasn't feeling so good. So I just have to be mindful, I guess. And I'm not a mindful eater. I tend to just eat, and not think. So I have to stop and think. And so the good part is, sorry, that was my phone. The good part is that I've really been enjoying subbing out food for other forms of reward and pleasure. Like this month so far, I've already had two massages. I got a massage again on Saturday on my actual birthday with my niece, or my husband's niece, and that was so nice. And then on Friday or Thursday, finally I got my manicure pedicure like I said I was going to. So I got my nails done. Yes, they look short, but these are my actual nails, and it's not that bad. There's actually some nail there, so they are growing. I'm doing really well with not biting them. So I think if I give them a month, when my next when it's time to do another manicure pedicure, they're actually going to be at a decent length. And I also got my toes done. So that was another thing I did to treat myself. And I ordered or paid for like a Groupon to get a facial. So I'm going to do that this week. So I feel like I'm like treating myself left and right. And these are not that expensive. And because I'm not spending as much money eating out like during the week, and I'm not, buying food at the cafeteria every day, or if I do buy food, is another little treat is that when I buy something, I'm buying very little. So I'm not spending more than $2, $3 every time I buy food. So it's great, like, because it's by the weight. So that's also nice. So I'm not spending like $50, $60 a week eating out. So spending $30 a week or $40 a week to do a massage or a facial or something, I don't feel like I'm spending extra money. It's actually the same money I would have spent on food going into something else. And it's cool. I like it. I'm glad I didn't turn to alcoholism or drugs, which some people apparently do when they go through this. So, so far so good with the self-care. And so I'm hoping by, next week, the weight stall should on its own go away. I am going to start upping the ante with exercising. I'm joining the gym with my son on Monday, tomorrow, and I am going to start working out at least twice a week. And in addition to just walking and hiking, I want to start going to the gym twice a week and start establishing a routine there. I haven't gotten like a official clearance from the doctor, but I'm just going to take it easy. I mean, I feel good, and I feel like my energy is like really, like today I went on a hike that I've gone on before, and I've had to stop to rest even before the surgery, where it's like the steep uphill part would tire me out and I'd have to stop and take a break. And this time today I was able to do the whole hike without having to take a break. So I feel like health-wise, I'm already at a point where I can handle a little bit of cardio, a little bit of, so I'm not gonna be lifting weights or anything, but I'm just gonna do some cardio or Zumba or something to get the, burn more calories and stuff. So, I just gonna keep moving forward, and sooner or later my body's gonna get over its little stall, its little hissy fit or tantrum that it's throwing right now, and I'll start losing weight again. So, but it's not just calories in, calories out. It's such a lie. Oversimplification of the weight loss journey. I always try to make it sound so simple, like, oh, just stop eating food and you'll lose weight. So anyway, I wanted to actually use this also, in addition to just talking about where I'm at. I wanted to kind of do a little makeup demo because not because I'm like this expert on makeup or anything, but now that I have my daily routine of makeup, I felt like I wanted to kind of do a little demo because earlier this week I did a before and after picture that I posted to my Facebook account, and it was kind of funny because it was like a picture. I took it right when I got up, so my face was just like, oh, and I did my makeup, and I took the picture later when I was at work, and it was such a difference. And I'm like, wow, like, did I actually go to work kind of looking the way I did in my before shot? I mean, not as bad because honestly, I mean, I was literally just got out of bed, so my hair was a little messier, but my eyes were barely open, so it was probably worse than it should be. Like, I'm hoping I didn't show up to work looking like that. But I was like, hey, it'd be kind of cool to do a makeup demo, like to kind of show sort of my routine, because it's really simple. Like, I don't do a lot, but it's enough to make a difference. So I wanted to kind of just do a little walkthrough of my little routine in the mornings, like about 15 minutes is probably how long it takes. So the first thing I do is put on what's called a primer. And I'm not going to sit here and talk about brand names because I'm not really an expert. This is just this is a product I bought a while back, and when I run out, I'll probably buy something different. So I'm not going to go into products. But a primer is something you put on your skin before you actually start applying your makeup. And what it does is it like kind of smooths your skin. So I'm going to put a little bit on. And it helps let your makeup sit better on your skin. Like, for example, if you have an area where you want to put concealer, or like you had a pimple, like I had a massive pimple breakout, like right here, you can see it, the remains of it, the little red there. And that always happens when I PMS, even though I'm like 40, what am I now, 46 years old, I still get pimples like a little high school teenager. So what I do is I put the primer over it, and that way, when I put the concealer on and the foundation, it goes on smooth. It doesn't get cakey or porous or crusty or, kind of gross looking, because that's what will happen sometimes with makeup. And it was just part of the reason I didn't like wearing it sometimes. Like, it felt fake. Like, I could see my pores, and it just didn't look right. It looked like I had painted my face with a mask or something. So the primer helps create kind of like a smooth layer for the makeup to sit on, and it also keeps it on longer, so like by the end of the day it's not all gone. I've actually started also putting it on my eyelids to help keep my eyeshadow on too. So this feels really smooth. I mean, I have a tendency towards oily skin, and it doesn't make it any oilier or anything like that. It just gives it a nice smooth matte feel, so it doesn't feel oily or greasy or anything. Now you can also put, if you do have dry skin, you can also put your lotion first and then put the primer. So I don't always do that. Sometimes I will if my face feels dry. So once I've primed, the next thing I'll do is put on the concealer. And with concealer, it's a very concentrated dose, so you don't want to be putting all over your face, or again, you're going to look like you have a ton of like a cakey makeup on. So what I do is I'll just spot place it on the areas where I just want to conceal my, if I have like a dark spot or a red spot. It's hard to put makeup on by looking in a mirror because it's the opposite direction of what you think it should be. See, like right there, I'm like trying to poke myself in the nose. So I just put it like in areas where I just feel like it's too dark or too red or too light, and then just put on a little bit. See, I'm putting it in my mouth. So I don't put a lot on, so just a little bit, and then you can use whatever tool you have. I'm sure some people have better tools than me. I use like these little sponges. They come in like circle shapes, but I just break them into like little pie pieces because it's just too big. I don't need it to be that big. So I'll just kind of pat it around it to kind of blend it out so it doesn't stand out too much. And you can see it just sort of hides all the imperfections. And something else I've started doing with my hair, I've watched a few videos about this, and I'm actually washing my hair less frequently now because I'm going to be styling it more. And since I'm putting, heat on my hair and product in my hair, I don't, washing your hair constantly dries it out, like the shampoo and stuff. And I would wash my hair like every other day. So now I'm actually trying to go up to like 3 or 4 days, if I can do 4 days. And I have oily hair, so it seemed like something I wouldn't be able to do because it's like, how the heck am I gonna do that? Like, not wash my hair, it's gonna look gross. But one of the tricks is to use dry shampoo, and I finally bought dry shampoo for the first time, and I like it. It's actually really nice. Like, you spray it into your hair, and it gives it some body, and you actually put it in. Like a pro tip was you put it in when your hair is clean. Like today I washed my hair, and after it dried, I started spraying the dry shampoo in there too. And it just helps like let it last longer. And then if it gets to that point where your hair starts to feel a little bit oily or dirty, you can add more. But it also gives a little more volume to the hair, I noticed. So I really like it. And last week I tried that. I went like 4 days without washing my hair, and it didn't feel dirty or greasy or anything. It still looked fresh. So that was kind of cool, and it'll preserve my hair. It'll keep me from getting split ends. So that was kind of a cool thing that I started doing this week that I'm going to continue to do. So the next thing that I'm going to add now, after I've used the concealer, and if it's like the weekend and I don't want to put on too much makeup, I'll just stop with the concealer. I won't add the powder, but that's what I'm putting on next. So this is the what do they call it? The foundation, I guess. Foundation. And it also, this one happens to have SPF 15 in it, so it's got a sunblocker in it. So it's good if you're gonna go out to put it because it protects your skin. And that's the key, really, is to get makeup that is dual purpose, that's gonna help your skin, it's gonna condition your skin, protect your skin. And for me, it makes me feel less guilty because I'm that generation that was raised to think, it's gonna sound awful, that only prostitutes wear makeup. Every time I try to wear makeup when I went to high school, my parents would be like, why do you want to look like a prostitute? And you don't need makeup and yada yada. So I kind of grew up not wearing makeup. And so it felt weird when I did have to. It felt like I'm putting a lot of stuff on me. So I kind of never got in the routine of it. But now that I'm getting older, I'm seeing more dark spots and uneven, just damage, sun damage, stuff like that. I'm like, I need the makeup, man. I'm a 46-year-old married woman. I don't think anyone's gonna confuse me with a prostitute. So I should be alright. That's a very old school mentality. So kind of relearning, like learning, really having to teach myself the habit of putting on makeup and not putting on too much and not putting on too little. and getting good quality makeup versus just cheapy makeup, because the cheapy stuff is useless. It just comes right off. Like there's no pigment in it, so it doesn't really do anything. So why even put it on? So yeah, I've started investing in slightly better stuff. And I'm using this brush to sort of smooth everything together. And that's about all I put on my skin at this point. I don't do the whole contouring and yada yada that people do, the light and the dark. I mean, it's like, yeah, you can do that if you want. But for me, it's just more about having even skin and not having the red and the splotchiness. I did purchase this like Maybelline blush kit. So I've started playing with blush now a little bit. And, I'll throw a little bit of that on if I want to add some contour. I'll just put a little bit of dark color here and maybe a little bit of bright color on top. But it's just, again, to smooth out the skin and create kind of like a nice evenness. Which when I was young happened naturally, not so much now. See, I can't do this right here. This way, not this. God, why can't I do this? It feels so weird, like I'm doing it backwards. I can't do it. But you get the idea. And just a little lightness on here and just smooth it all together. And that's about it for the face skin. The next thing I do, and I actually enjoy doing, is my eyebrows. And I actually do my brows and eyes using an eyeshadow kit. So I don't have a brow pencil and all that good stuff. Like, it's just one thing that I use. But the key to making it all look right is your brush. So I have this really awesome brush here. And the cool thing about it is that you see how it's kind of at an angle and it's kind of pointy at the edge, and it's thin. It's a thin brush. And I love this brush. It's like my favorite brush because I use this as a brow brush so I can like draw my eyebrows on. And I can use it as a liner. So I can use it to like use the darkest color in the palette to line my eye and my brow. And so it's like one-stop shopping kind of. So now let's see how I can do my eyebrow. But I don't know if I'm going to be able to do my brow correctly because it's like backwards. So I don't know if it's going to come out right. So weird doing it backwards. I'm going to draw like a unibrow myself. How did these demo people do it, man? Like, I'm like struggling here. I can't even turn my head in the right direction. See, there you go in the middle of my head again. This is hilarious. Yeah, I don't know how the pro demo people do it, but I just, I use a color that's not too dark. That looks a little too high. And because it is a shadow, you can kind of smudge it in. If it looks a little too dark, you can blend it in. Here I go again, trying to make this is funny. I can't do it. I'm moving the wrong direction. Ah. Okay, I give up. Anyway, my point is, I use the brow. Kind of brings some nice shape to it. It's really fun to do. And I didn't realize how much thinner my brows have gotten now that I've gotten older. Like, I used to not really need to do this, but now I feel like, oh, what a difference it makes. See, I can't do it right. It's too funny. Anyway, so yeah, it just to kind of give them a little more definition and darken them up a little bit and just kind of create some shape. You can already kind of see it, so it's there. It's, just erase if I created a unibrow myself. And so I just kind of get that. And if I want to, at work, when I go to work, I don't line my eye. It's too early in the morning and my eye starts to get irritated. They're still not ready for all that. So I won't do a liner. But if I'm going to, like, after I get home and I want to go out somewhere and I want to dress it up a little, I'll take the same brush, put in like a dark color and just line my right above my lashes. And it gives you like a nice dark line, like without the eyeliner pencil, which for me is damaging because like I'm like pulling my skin and, it's like as you get older, your skin starts to get a little bit more you know, it has more room to give, and it just gets all wrinkly when you pull it. So I'm like, I don't want to have to mess with my eyelids. So if I can just boom, 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 and then I'd rather just do that. So once I get the brows, I'll put like a neutral color on my lid. Oh no, I won't use this brush. Sorry, I'll shift gears to like a more rounded traditional lash eyelid brush. What do you call it? Eyeshadow brush. And I'll just like kind of put a neutral color, and then like in the crevice of the lid, kind of go a little bit darker. It's so hard to do this. I just kind of give a little bit of shadow to the eye. Nothing too dramatic. I kept the palette pretty neutral, like just nude colors, browns, different shades of brown. There's a little bit of a golden one, so if I want to give a little sparkle pizzazz, I can always add a little bit of the gold. Oh my god, this is so lame. I can't do this. So I'll add a little bit of gold and maybe up in here too, kind of some brightening. There's some really, really light colors on here too, and this so I can use them to highlight like the brow area here, and then like around, like in here, I can kind of brighten it up a little bit. Oh my god, I just almost blinded myself. It's so cheesy. Oh my god, so unprofessional. I was better off just using my finger. But like, yeah, and you can use your finger too. Like sometimes that's like your best tool. That's what I do. But I'll just put a little bright color right in there just to kind of make me look more awake. And if I feel like I have like dark circles under my eyes, I'll put a little bit of light under there too. I brighten it up and blend it into the rest of the cheek. So, that's about the extent of it. I don't want to wear too much makeup. I'll just kind of blend it in so that there's just, like I said, a little bit of touch of color, but not too much. Something else that I like to use is like this clear gel. It's like a, what do they call it? Professional natural lash. So it's technically just for your lashes. It has no pigment though. It's just gel. But what I like to do with it is use it to brush up my brows, because the gel will actually hold the hair into place once it dries. So I can kind of shape them. So like instead of using those brow brushes where you brush your brows with it, I use this. Oh my god, this is so annoying. Come on, use my other hand. Turn it. There you go. And that way I can kind of brush the hairs upwards to kind of get a little more volume there, more fullness, like that. And once I've shaped the brows, I'll also use it on my lashes to give them a lift. And I'll use this and then actual mascara with pigment. So this will sort of separate and prep the lashes and get them kind of like ready for the coat of mascara. And then I'll put the mascara on next. I'm not going to do it right now because I'm going to go to bed soon. I'm going to clean my face, so I don't want to have mascara on my eyes. It's waterproof, so it's going to be a real struggle getting it off my face, and I don't want to put my face through that. So, but anyway, so that's about it. I pretty much have the eyes done outside of the mascara, and I don't even always need to put the mascara on. That's just, if I feel like it. And then I'll just put some lip color. I do have I have a couple of choices with that. I bought a bunch of these lip colors, and it's called Lip Sense, and this is one of those products you have to buy online. You can't find it in the store. But it's cool because it's one of those colors that it stays on, and once it dries, it's on you. It does not come off at all. Like it's almost like you tattooed your mouth with that color. And so with these, I got like dark colors, like reds and stuff, which I don't usually like to wear because they come off all the time. Like when you drink, it gets all over your coffee, your coffee rim or whatever you're eating or touching turns red. and I hate that. So I don't usually I usually shy away from those kind of colors. But this stuff, because it stays on you and it does not come out, I will actually, I'll use this product and put it on, and I'll get a nice color, and it won't come off all day long. But usually with work, I don't want to wear bright reds or anything. Like, I try to keep it neutral. So I'll go with neutral colors. And when I don't feel like wearing a formal lipstick, I like to use, it's called Burt's Bee. But they have actually, oh, I don't have it here. Oh, I must have put it in my my purse, but it's okay. But it's Burt's Bees, but it's actually pigmented um, lip balm. So it's like, again, dual purpose. It's a lip balm and it's a pigmented color, so you actually get to put some color on your lip and moisturize your lips. So dual purpose. So I'm actually kind of more into using that these days than actual lipstick, only because, again, the lipstick is a little bit more of a struggle to remove, while the lip balm, I mean, it does come off, but I can put it back on again. I don't mind, because I'm moisturizing my lips. So for me, it's like, yeah, I'll put that on. So I usually have them in my purse, because I use them more. And I got like a neutral color, like kind of almost not quite the color of my nails, a little bit redder. And then I got one that was like pink, like light pink shimmer, that I like to wear a lot of times. So that's about it. That's like my makeup routine. It's not a big deal, and I would have done it a lot faster if I wasn't trying to struggle and do it backwards into the camera. But it makes a difference. Like, I feel like my face just looks, the skin looks even and healthier, and then the brows are like there, like you can see them, and just a little color on the eyes and a little color on the lips, and I feel a lot better. I feel a lot more finished looking, and I've had comments, I've had people say that it looks nice, so hoping they're not lying to me. Because it is so quick and simple, I can actually maintain that. But for me, that works. So that was my little makeup tutorial. Hope you enjoyed it. Got a good laugh out of it. And that's it. So I'll check in on my 7-week next Sunday, and hopefully by then there'll be some movement in the scale, and I'll be one step closer to breaking 200. It's like Breaking Bad, but I'm going to call it Breaking 200. The story of how a woman breaks 200 pounds and becomes 199. That's what I want to be. Not forever. I want to go lower than that. But for now, that's my goal. Anyway, take care. Have a great week, and see you next week.